follow my lead. We on the road to achieve
success and settle for less.
no need. If you could dream, you can achieve what you believe.
Yo, what's going on, Iron Body Crews? Your boy D Wills here, coming at y'all with another video. Today I'm gonna be talking to y'all about novice lifters training with advanced methods. Alright, so stay tuned and let's get into this. Now on this channel, I'm pretty sure you know my stance on training is that every non-competitive lifter should be training full body at least 3 days a week. Now training with full body allows you to build muscle the fastest and the most efficient, as opposed to using a split system or the bro split. The problem is when you get brand new guys in the gym who are basically trying to learn how to run before they can walk first. Forced reps, drop sets, slow negatives, partial reps, supersets all become the norm from day one for the novice lifter, even though these are advanced methods meant for advanced lifters who've already built the base first. And to be honest with you, training for muscle mass should be the #1 priority for all gym nudes. Therefore, taking on a minimalist approach where you basically take on a handful of exercises, you perform them frequently with the right intensity will be the way that you actually put on size very quickly. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, focus on big compound movements for putting on mass and size, and then you add in the isolation movements and other advanced methods in order to detail and add separation and sculpt the muscle. And yes, Arnold did train full body 3 days a week when he first started training. A 130-pound kid doesn't need to worry about how to make his 10-inch arms bigger. The guy is literally small everywhere. He doesn't have a chest, arms, back, legs. He doesn't have any size at all. So it's pointless to try to focus on trying to get that one area bigger, seeing as though he's small everywhere. He needs all of his muscles to become bigger. Focus on my 7 lifts, which is the squat, the bench press, the deadlift, the press, pull-ups, chin-ups, and dips to put size on you. Adding in drop sets, supersets, forced reps, slow negatives, all of that other stuff. It definitely does work, but only after you have built a base first should you start to add that to your regimen. These advanced methods will help you break past plateaus, and it will help you push past the limits in a positive way. Okay, let me restate this again just so that there's no confusion on my stance on these advanced methods. All right, these advanced methods absolutely do work. All right, I know that there's a lot of other YouTubers who are saying, you know what I mean, drop sets don't have their place, slow negatives don't have their place, doing partials and all of that stuff. They all have their place, all right? I'm just trying to get you to understand that you need to have put on size first. You need to have a base first. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just in terms of strength, although there is a correlation between size and strength, I have to say. So if you're getting stronger, then 9 times out of 10 you're getting bigger. You know what I mean? And kind of vice versa for a natural person anyway. All right, all of these methods, they absolutely will work for you. But to be honest with you, you can really like push this aside for a minute, because your bread and butter when you first come into the gym, honestly, is you want to focus on progressive overload in terms of adding more weight to the bar. You want to try to keep adding as much weight to the bar on a consistent basis, whether that may be, you know, of course in the beginning, workout to workout, then it'll range to week, bi-weekly, every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks, you know what I mean? Because you're starting to kind of reach that genetic limit. Then that's when you start to add in the advanced stuff to help you break past those plateaus that have basically been set, because even with progressive overload in terms of increasing the weight on the bar, at some point you're gonna stick. But if you do it correctly, you can actually stretch out that adding consistent weight for a pretty long time. You know what I mean? That's why you have adding weight as a modality for progressive overload, but also reducing rest periods is another modality for progressive overload, or adding more sets and reps is another modality for progressive overload. Try to space this stuff out. Don't try to, you know, really bunch all of this stuff into your training all at once. Save that advanced stuff for later on down the road when you'll actually need it. Don't start off in the gym like that. I'm telling you, it's going to lead to a lot of frustration, you know, at least later on. Initially, you're going to like it, you're going to feel the pump, everything is going to be good, but you just plateau extremely fast. You know what I mean? Learn how to stretch things out, because the thing is, there's a time component to putting on muscle anyway. Don't think that you're going to try to put on 20 pounds of muscle inside of 2 or 3 months unless you happen to be, you know what I mean, on that gym candy. Which, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But this is particularly talking about naturals, people who want to stay in the natural way. Do it the way that I'm telling you to do it. Focus on building the base first. You can have all of that other stuff later on down the road. It's not going nowhere. All right, but it will make it that much more effective when you add in those advanced methods after you've built the base. It will make it that much more effective. Now, the right way to go about it for like, let's say somebody who's like, you know, they're trying to bulk up, they're trying to put on some size first, then they want to go on a cut, you know what I mean? They usually go on the bulk and cut cycle. So if you're bulking up, then you would just go with the handful of exercises that I just stated, and you will perform those exercises. Primarily, the best approach, of course, like I said, is 3 days a week. You know what I mean? 3 days a week performing those particular movements. You don't need to do a ton of volume, but train it with a good enough intensity. Eat, bulk up with those basic compound lifts, right? Then when it's time to go into your cutting season, that's when you start to add in more volume. You start to add in some isolation movements. You start to add in, you know what I mean, some forced reps, some drop sets, some slow negatives, you know what I mean? You start to add in the supersets, all of that other advanced stuff, and that really starts to complement your physique drastically. You know what I mean? That would be another way, or I would say an ideal way to also apply that advanced method as well. Now, this is the way the bodybuilders in the golden era used to do it. I know this may be hard for some of y'all to believe, but the body actually hasn't changed that much in the past 50 or 60 years. What was once applicable then is, of course, also still applicable now. You can do the same thing then that you can now. Or you can do the same thing now that they did then. You know what I mean? Try to go with something that's time proven and something that you know works. Science is always good. It's always bringing valuable things, but don't try to make this thing too complicated for, you know, especially my average lifters out there. You're talking about for competitive reasons, then that's a different story, because that kind of puts you in another class. You need any advantage that you can. I don't care whether it's 1%, half a percentage point. You're looking to try to get any advantage that you can. But for the average person, this is going to be a go-to. You know what I mean? Don't try to concern yourself with too many of that other stuff. You know what I mean? Try to keep it a bit simple and basic, and something that's going to complement your life, as opposed to something that's going to make your life miserable. But there you have it, Iron Body Crew. I hope I didn't piss too many of y'all off, but I had to state this anyway. This wasn't meant to really be a long, drawn out video. I just had to, you know what I mean, tell y'all my opinion and my feelings on it, because I see so many people, you know, so many different YouTubers who are promoting different methods on how to build muscle, and they don't know how to apply this stuff the right way, and then they show it to y'all and y'all do it, and of course, you know, it just creates this miseducation and miscommunication within the industry. And it's like, if you're going to do that stuff, then fine, but just do it in the right context, do it in the right way, so that it can be more effective. Because the thing is, like I said, you can get results from it, but you're just going to quickly plateau. You know what I mean? And nobody's trying to keep trying something new, and then bam, you just keep on plateauing. Because if it's done correctly, then you can just keep going and going and going and going and going without plateauing for a very, very long time. So when I'm giving you these different things, you know what I mean, definitely apply it, try it out. You know, it will definitely help you with your gains. It will definitely help you with your gains. Again, like I said, I'm going to keep reiterating this so that you understand that, again, I am pro advanced methods. I'm pro all of that stuff, because I've done it myself. You know what I mean? But don't focus on that in the beginning. Just build your base. Build your base, put some size on you, you know what I mean? Put 20, 30 pounds on you, then you start cutting and shaping. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I will be coming at y'all again with another video very soon. Hit the like button. Keep hitting those like buttons, because that's how this channel gets recognized in the YouTube algorithm system. So I need you to keep on hitting those like buttons. I need you to keep commenting. I need you to keep engaging and doing all of that good stuff. And I will do my very, very best to bring you the best content that I possibly can, all right? All right, y'all take it easy, crew. Peace.